There you are. Yeah. Beautiful face, man.
How you doing?
Doing all right, man. How about yourself?
Oh, just got finished with work, so now I'm ready to get started. With you guys and talk a little bit about our project and
All
what we're
right.
doing.
Awesome, man. Let me get over here and remind myself what it's all about. Where are you? There you are. We'll get you here. So, Long Way Home's Green Building Academy, Guatemala, for a full month. And, baby, this is not some gazillionaire's go spend your money kind of thing. This is for the people, man. And it's really, I noticed it the other day. So, one of my friends posted you, and the angels just kind of warmed my heart and says, you got to help these guys. So I says, okay. Let's see what we can do, help you along. So Justin, tell us briefly, or whatever, go on if you have to, what this uh, month-long building thing is, man. Hey, for those of you who
So
don't know, I'm Grandpa Coyote, and this is Justin with Long Way Home, the sponsor of this green buildings seminar. Forgive me, I don't know the right terminology. But there you go. Okay, try again.
yeah, no problem. Yeah, so Long Way Home is a nonprofit organization that started more than 10 years ago, working in a indigenous Mayan community. Building sustainable schools using sustainable methods like earthships, super adobe, these kind of things, and they basically are teaching the curriculum, the normal curriculum, but these children are also learning sustainable building practices in the school at the same time. They learn how to make, like cob ovens, for example. They learn how to make earthships, which, I mean, what school
Cool.
can you do that in the United States, right?
Yeah, nowhere. I
Yeah,
mean, well, there's a guy here in Taos that does it, but I think it's real expensive.
right, exactly. So, we have learned a lot of this knowledge, from Earthship Biotecture and also from Cal Earth, who makes the Super Adobe method as well. And we have compiled all of this knowledge and know-how into this one special course where we teach people how to make their own home in these same type of building styles, but off the grid, right? Just like these other
Right.
homes are, with solar energy, capturing, harvesting rainwater, filtering that water into, holding tanks or cisterns. And so when people come to join us in this course, they'll learn how to do all of that stuff in 1 month.
Far out, man. And I understand you can get college credit for it too, right? If you want. I mean, if that's important to you.
Absolutely. There are many of these students who are civil engineers or architects, and it's a part of their college degree that they have to get some kind of real world experience
Cool.
in either building or architecture or these kind of things. And
And this,
so we have connected.
cool. And this
Yeah,
is hands-on uh, building. You're actually going to build an earthship for a needy family, right?
exactly.
Cool. So babies, plus classroom, a little bit of classroom, right? And a whole bunch of getting it done. Myself, I'd love to come down there and do it. I don't have a month to spare, but I know some of my friends do, and some time. And babies, you ought to get on down there and check it out, and come up here, and we'll start building, man. We need community. We need new housing, man, for. For the elders, for the youngsters, we need to start building the new community. Okay, isn't that basically what you guys are doing down there in Guatemala, anyway?
Absolutely. We're basically trying to rebuild a village,
Cool.
by working, yeah, with working with this community. We work with the local government. We also work with the local people in trying to reconstruct a village. I'm not sure if you recently heard, but actually there was a very large volcanic eruption that happened in Guatemala, and unfortunately many people died and many people were injured and many places were completely destroyed.
Yeah.
So these building techniques are perfect for reconstructing these areas to be, protectors so that if there's another eruption in the future, they'll be protected by a future eruption. This type of
Oh,
building.
cool.
And,
Yeah, unless the lava runs right over the top of you, in which case you're done. But I was going to ask you about that. Yeah, about the damage and so forth, because I'd seen the news media reports and so forth about the volcano. So, but you're not directly affected there, but the villages around you have been then, right? Is that
correct.
base?
Um, the volcano erupted. It's about 2 hours away. Where
Oh, come on, don't freeze up on me now, you little rascal. The volcano's 2 hours away. Is that what you said?
that's correct.
Okay, cool. That's good. So, guys, we're safe going down there. Now, what's the dates on this on your month-long building thing? What's the dates?
So it begins on July 1st and it will end on July 31st. Now, we do have special like 1 week courses, like modules, basically for people who may don't have the time or the money to pay for the entire course. So if there's like the water treatment or water harvest module, they can come just for that 1 week and learn, rain harvest and filtration and this kind of thing. So we will offer, separate weekly courses during the entire month-long course.
Cool. And is this limited to small groups, or I mean, how large are your how many people?
Oh, I mean, I think that because we work with the local community, we can most likely find enough housing between 20 and 30 people.
Okay, cool. Awesome. I mean, I meant how many people in your class is what I meant. But like 20, 30 people. Okay, beautiful. And July 1 to July 31 are thereabouts. And babies, you are going to want to be there because this is going to be so much fun. You're going to learn so much. And not only that, I've got friends out there that I know have the ability and the means. They could come down and help rebuild that country, and maybe yeah, Puerto Rico's another one. I mean, guys, you got to get to this seminar and learn how to build the earthships and the super adobe, which is, tell us a little more about super adobe. I don't know too much about that. Tell us a little more
The
about
Super
that.
Adobe was a yeah, sure. Super Adobe was a technique that was developed by the founder of this company called Cow Earth.
Uh-huh.
Uh, and basically, what you're doing is filling these polyurethane bags that are like tubes. And you fill these
Ah,
bags with a mixture of sand, dirt, clay, a little bit of concrete, not very much. And you mix this stuff together and you put it into these tubes. And then you roll these tubes out in usually in circle formations, and they form loops. And they're very, very resilient, strong structures. They also insulate from the outside weather conditions because of thermal mass, because the walls are very thick. They
uh-huh.
can be approximately about a half a meter thick.
Cool.
So they're
That's
also
like,
a very excellent option for doing sustainable construction.
yeah, it'd be great in an environment like Taos where you really have cold and hard winters. It'd be great up here, San Luis Valley. And baby, there's housing shortages all over this earth. And people are getting outrageous prices for rents nowadays. It's time, babies. We've got to make these moves. Don't you agree, Justin? Isn't it time for people everywhere to start building the new communities, a new green community, so we don't harm the environment, so we have a better psychologically we'll have a better society, a healthier society. Don't you agree? I mean, tell me your version of that if you would.
I couldn't agree with you more. The truth is that we're losing the Amazon rainforest. Because we're cutting down these old growth forests. To harvest these trees for wood, when really we could be doing sustainable construction with earth, right, in the form of an earthship or in the form of super adobe. And these homes are incredibly, strong, resilient homes. To the outside.
Able to withstand earthquakes.
In fact, about 6 years ago, there was a very severe earthquake that happened in Guatemala at the center where this course would be held. And this particular part of the school was built in an earth-ship form fashion. And this house was able to sustain a 3 size earthquake.
Wow, cool. I missed the number. What was the number again?
7.3 on the Richter scale.
7.3. Yeah, it cuts in and out a little bit here. I'll have to edit a bit, but it's working. We're doing good here. So they withstood. Now you're talking about the little super adobe homes, or you're talking about earthship, or both?
Both, because in an earthquake, houses that are more vulnerable to earthquakes are houses that have 90-degree angle walls, right? Because
Yeah.
those walls are very easy to break when the earth is moving.
Yeah.
But if you have walls that are in the shape of a circle or in the shape of a curve, they're less likely to break.
Cool. So even I don't know if you're familiar with aircrete, but even that in a dome shape would be a lot stronger than a conventional house. So I've thought about that a lot too. That's another, but I love, because of the lack of expense, because you can use natural materials right from the earth that don't cost you anything. All you're out's a few bucks for bags. You can build a house super cheap. Forget the mortgage, people, and live off grid. Don't let the man control you. It's just, there's no point in that. I mean, it's convenient, it's sweet to have all this nice stuff, but you can have it all without the man, without the square corners.
Right, and it's like art. I mean, not only can you live free, building your own home, but you can make your home into a piece of art. Many of the original workers with Earthship Biotecture, they built their own homes from their own hands. It did take a little bit of time. Some of those guys, it took them about 5 years building their own home. But, now they're completely mortgage free. They have no bills to pay, right?
Yeah.
Except for maybe cell phone and internet.
Yeah.
And, all of the income they make goes straight into their pocket.
Wow, cool, man. That's rocking. That's the
Mm-hmm.
way we should live. You notice, and we'd be a whole lot freer. Wouldn't be trapped in careers we thoroughly hate, wouldn't have to work 80 hours a week for 40 hours pay, etc. We could be free, people. And when you do this collectively, you buy a piece of land, and then you start putting little houses on it, or whatever it is you want, and then have central gathering area where you can cook together and commune together and maybe even shower together. Depends on what you got going on there, but you know what I mean. It's just like, reform the circle, go with nature. This is where this is leading, these green villages. And the green villages, I'm glad they're catching on in the so-called third world, but babies, they're catching on here too. Little by little, people are waking up. You don't need to spend, and don't go spending $60,000 for a tiny home. That's ridiculous. They're cute, but you're going to hate it. You're going to be real confined. Build your own home, babies. And make
I
it
agree.
round. Make it round. If you can. If you want to go earthship style, smooth out your corners. Never have a 90-degree angle. The last house I lived in it was an earthship, and it had no 90-degree angles in it whatsoever. Made it a little hard to fit things in, as you could imagine, but at the same time, psychologically, energetically, we felt better living in that space than anywhere else. The one I had before that was a roundhouse. Same way. you know, so that's the forte of the day. But what I learned is don't do the mortgage. I fought that stuff all of my life. It's difficult, and extreme at times because conditions happen that you can't predict. So you want to be ready. You want to get yourself set up as you can possibly be and as free from the debt as you can possibly be. And this is one great way to do it. Not to mention going down to Guatemala and Puerto Rico and places like that that have had their issues and having them still and helping out, helping others put the villages back together. And man, I can't think of a better place to vacation in Guatemala, man. You know, hang out in
I
that.
tell you what, Guatemala is one of the most beautiful places in the world, without a doubt. If you haven't been to Lago de Atitlan or Shumuk Shumpe, you're missing out, because really these places are incredibly beautiful. So, why not take a vacation at the same time, do some, learn some things about, sustainable construction, help some local communities here in Guatemala, and have a beautiful vacation at the same time.
Can't beat it. Can't beat it with a yardstick, just like the old teachers used to do back in the day.
That's right.
It's awesome, man. I'm really congratulate you guys on getting this together, and I hope it goes really, really well for you. I hope you get a good crowd down there. We'll do all we can on this end to support you, because it looks like a very viable opportunity for people, and not too expensive either, guys. I mean, this is none of that $10 million up front and 10 million, please. You know what I mean. The exaggeration's intentional, but it's not a thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars seminar. It's real reasonable. You guys check it out. Give us your website one more time here, if you would.
Sure. So you can find Long Way Home at lw home.org. lwhome.org.
.org. Okay,
Yeah.
lwhome.org. I'll post that up on the video here when I edit it, so we'll make sure you get the right information. I also have some links to it on my Facebook pages. I'll put it over on my website on the sponsors page. And guys, you want to be there. This is going to be a lot of fun. Is there anything we left out, Justin, that we need to talk about here? Anything more you can tell us about that would make it sound even better?
Oh, yeah. I definitely. Actually, we're now offering a discount for those who mention my name when they apply. They'll receive a $100 discount on this course.
Rock. That puts it down where, guys, if you get your tickets quick enough, everything's not going to cost you much at all. It's going to be a great time too. And I understand that includes food and lodging, right? Food, room and board, right?
That's correct.
Right.
Yep.
And is it vegetarian, or is it any particular style of food, or I mean, can people have what they need is what I mean.
Yes, there's going to be both options. We're going to have options for meat eaters and options for vegetarians.
All right, cool. lwhome.org, or org for us that are in the know. And Justin, I really appreciate you spending some time with me. We'll get this up on YouTube. I'll feature some cutouts of it on my radio show, and we're going to have a blast. You're going to get a little business at last. So again, my thanks for doing what you do here, and for being conscious, man. That's the main thing.
Thank you, Peter. I can't appreciate you more. I really appreciate your support, and it's been fantastic talking with you.
Okay, likewise, dude, and we'll talk with you again. Maybe I'll talk to you next week. Okay. See how things are going. All right. Cool.
Sounds wonderful.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it, man. We'll catch you later. Hey, everybody.
Okay.
Peace.
Okay. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care.
You
Bye-bye.
too.